Thanks for joining me again. Well, I started doing some research online about what I was seeing. Some of these temples and these pyramid structures, and I thought, I said before, oh God, I thought about Egypt, and I thought, oh God, I don't want to go to Egypt. But anyway, fortunately, they weren't pyramids of Egypt. What I started finding was that these pyramid structures and these temple structures were more consistent with what is in Mexico and Guatemala. I started researching that reclining man that I saw holding this pot, and I emailed a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Bob Fowler, who's a beautiful, wonderful artist in Wimberley, Texas. And I emailed Bob one day and described this vision that I had, and he said, that sounds like the rain god in Mexico. And so he sent me some photos, and sure enough, that's what I was seeing. I swear to you, I didn't know anything about Chocmol, the rain god of Mexico. I didn't know anything about glyphs, you know, these glyphs on some of the stelae that are in a part of some of these temple sites. I'm sorry to say, I didn't know anything about Mexico or pyramids down there or the temples and stuff, or even anything about the Mayan culture. So this was really strange that I was having I was seeing these glyphs and seeing these representations of some of their gods that the ancient Mayans revered. So what I found really interesting in my research was that the more that I researched, I started having this longing to go wherever these temple sites were. And I can't even, I would cry sometimes doing the research. I would look at these pictures and read stuff, and I would just have this incredible longing to be there. I had this other dream one night, and this was really out of the ordinary. I was standing beside this temple, and I was this really, really tall, skinny, bony skinny being. And I wasn't from Earth. I was from somewhere else. My skin was this copper color. My fingers were really, really long and skinny. And I was standing at the corner of this one temple with a group of the royal family who ruled this region. And I was their teacher. And I remember looking, I was showing them something, some sort of writing. And I was pointing, and that's how I noticed my fingers were so long and skinny, and the color of my skin. I also wore something with a hood on it. But anyway, I was pointing to something, and I was showing this family, I was teaching them something. I don't know what it was. But I could see each one of them in great detail, and they were ancient Mayans. They had the plumes and the feathers and the ear thingy-bobs, and they were Mayans. And there was the family there, but off to the side stood one of their employees or workers. He was a revered member of the community and worked for the royal family. But I could tell as I was doing my teaching that he had jealousy in his heart. He had envy in his heart. He wanted to be part of the family. He really wasn't. The family certainly treated him like he was part of the family. But he had some other agenda going on, and I could sense that. Anyway, I had this very, very vivid dream, and I continued to have this incredible longing to be wherever this was. So one day, I'm sitting at my computer, I'm still doing all this research, and I had shared with my husband the dreams that I was having, of course, as I did almost every day. What I didn't share with him was how I felt when I was having these dreams and visions, and also how I felt when I was doing the research on what I was seeing. And one night I was sitting there at the computer and I started crying. And my husband said, "What's up?" And I said, "Honey, how do you think you could live the rest of your life on the Caribbean?" And he perked up and he said, "Is a 4-pound robin fat?" And so we laughed a little bit through my tears. And he goes, "What's going on?" And I said, "I think we have to sell everything we own and move to Mexico somewhere." And he said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah." And I got this map out there, this atlas, and I opened it up to Mexico. And I just went, I closed my eyes and I pointed. And I pointed south of Tulum, in an area south of Tulum. And I said, "I think we have to go here." And he said, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "What? Where did this come from?" And I said, "I feel like I'm going to die. Or at the very least, I feel that my heart will break into a million pieces if we don't go." And he said to me, I have a prince of a husband. He said to me, "Well, honey, I don't want to lose you. So let's go down there and take a look." So we did. And I'll continue in the next taping exactly what happened. Thanks for watching.